Now, here is what we know, which includes his name. I know some people, "Oh, we don't want to share his name. We don't want to glorify him." No, I want you to know exactly who this piece of shit was and what kind of garbage human being would do something like this. This is Tyler Robinson. Congrats, Tyler. You're famous. 22 years old from Utah. He was allegedly involved in multiple Antifa Discord servers. And according to his family, he had become increasingly political in recent years and went on some rant shortly before killing Charlie that Charlie Kirk was, quote, full of hate. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like it's a lot more hateful to go out on a building and kill someone with a rifle than it is to sit down and have a dialogue with someone you disagree with. But apparently, this evil monster confessed the shooting, either just directly confessed it or implied to his family that he carried it out, and his father turned him in after seeing the surveillance videos that the FBI was widely circulating. What we were seeing from the reporting was that he reported his son to a minister who is also a member of the United States Marshals Service, who then helped connect them with the proper authorities. So as the authorities are going through, they're interviewing this guy's roommate because he went to the school. He got a scholarship to that school. Went to the school. They interviewed his roommate. This roommate showed them all of these Discord messages from this guy that he sent after the shooting. This is how crazy this is. So it's like, I didn't want him to get away. I wanted him to be stupid and get caught. But he's sending them messages on a Discord server telling him to retrieve a rifle in the woods. He's giving him details where it would be found. It's wrapped in a towel. It's in a wooded area close to the Utah Valley University campus. And what? People aren't going to connect the dots? Or what? They're going to keep your little secret that you publicly executed one of the world's greatest voices? Now, in the FBI press conference, what they also set straight was, we heard that there was radical ideology, anti-fascist ideology, some sort of trans ideology engraved on the bullets. They also gave an update on the specifics of those. So engravings on the bullets read, so the fired casing, the one that actually made contact with Charlie and killed him, said, "Notices bulges, OWO, what's this?" The ones that were not fired yet were, "Hey fascist, catch," followed by a bunch of arrow symbols. "Oh, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow, Chow. And if you read this, you are gay, LMAO." Now, if you're like me, I am a normal functioning human being and I don't live on the internet in internet slang. So I heard this and I'm like, all right, I know "hey fascist, catch," but aside from that, I'm a little unclear on some of this other stuff just immediately right off the top. So I want to unpack this. The "notices bulge, OWO, what's this?" is internet slang, parodying both furries and online role play subcultures, which is typically used as a form of trolling. So we've got the meme, I believe. So the guy on the left is saying, "Hee hee, you're a cutie." And then it says, "Flops beside you and nuzzles." The guy on the right, "Aw, nuzzles you back and pounces on you and notices your bulge. Oh, what's this?" Which is OWO. I think it's supposed to, "oh, whoa," or I honestly, it's enough. It's like a little face with big eyes. The two O's. "Oh, Bella Ciao" is an anti-Nazi Italian resistance song. Because remember, we got here because we're all Nazis. Okay? So the "Oh, Bella Ciao" was calling Charlie a Nazi. And the upright down, 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 you see the arrows there, comes from Helldivers 2. It's a game, and it's the code for the Eagle 500 kilogram bomb airstrike, which is like, it's supposed to be known for its devastating effect on most enemies in this game. Like, I mean, the point is, a reaction to something, this is implying a reaction to something it's so heinous, so vile, so disgusting that you would just obliterate it, entirely. And I just have to ask, like, Charlie, a father, a husband, that was what was so vile that you had to rid him from the entire world. You had to take him from his family. You had to take him from his loving wife. You had to take him from his loving children. It still hurts. And I don't know if it will ever not. Vice President J.D. Vance helped carry Charlie's body back home in a casket yesterday on Air Force Two. So he was able to help load it onto Air Force Two, which is just honestly really, really hard to watch. I still feel like this is not real life. And when am I going to wake up from this bad dream that I've had? Because this has been just a terrible dream that I honestly can't believe that I am watching Charlie Kirk's casket being loaded on Air Force Two. And so you had that happen. And then his wife, Usha, was there accompanying Charlie's wife, Erica. They held hands coming off of the plane. And my prayers have been with Erica since the news of this surfaced. I can't imagine the feelings that she is going through. And Trump said that he plans to attend the funeral as well. We're still waiting on hearing arrangements for that. Now, this is all just still like, I don't know when we can stop talking about this. But the point is, these people, whether they were radicalized on their own, whether they were radicalized by their university, whether they were radicalized by the internet, whatever the point, they very much wanted to silence Charlie because he was insert thing here. He was apparently a Nazi, according to the guy who shot him and his bullet casings. He was a Nazi. He was a fascist. He was all the things that they call us all the time. And they tried to silence Charlie. But his message is going to live on. I can tell you that. That is one thing that is for damn sure. But today they decided to go live on his show and left his chair empty today. Here was some of that.
And we wanted so badly to do this show for all of you today. And I wanted the friends of this show and of Charlie that knew him best, the Thought Crime crew, to be here in the studio to commemorate our friend, our dear brother, for this sacred, this solemn moment, this occasion none of us ever dreamed we would have to do. And here we are, because Charlie would want us to be here. He would be upset if we weren't here. And we, of course, have left his chair open and empty because nobody will ever fill it. Nobody could ever hope to.
The strength that Andrew Colvett just showed going on there and doing that is just incredible. I don't know how he did it. Of course, his executive producer, longtime friend of Charlie's, it's like, it's this thing happens and you're like, I wanted to text Andrew immediately. And I'm like, I can't text Andrew. He's going to be fielding a million different texts and phone calls. So I waited until last night. And I finally, I texted him, but you can't prepare for something like this, obviously. But what I just really was so totally unprepared for was, you heard the rhetoric from the left when President Trump got shot in the ear. And the optimistic part of me would like to believe that it was only so because they saw that he lived through it. They saw that it made him stronger, right? He got up in the air and pumped a fist. I mean, I don't know anyone who would react that way. It was just unparalleled. But they already know immediately in that moment that he's walking on his own accord. He is bleeding, but he does seem to be okay. It doesn't seem to be life-threatening, right? And so you almost wonder, like, okay, well, they were already pretty sure that he was going to be fine. Maybe that's why they felt emboldened to just continue spewing their trash, their evil, hateful rhetoric. Maybe that was why. But it's just not the case. Because these people, the same people who saw on video, our friend get publicly executed, they're not turning it down at all. They're not lowering the volume. They're not turning down the temperature. They're not doing any of that still. And I think these people are trash, and I wasn't even prepared for not the anonymous people on the internet, not the random TikTokers, which we can get to, but I don't have any sort of expectation for them. But the people who go out there and put their face publicly on these TV shows, just absolutely no regard, no remorse for all of the times that they told everyone that Charlie Kirk was a Nazi, or Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist, or Charlie Kirk was xenophobic and homophobic and transphobic. Just absolutely no remorse and no regard. And they just continued it. I mean, after they watched him be executed in a horrific manner that nobody should have to see, they just couldn't. They couldn't stop, not even for a minute. And I want to play for you Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know. Would you call this turning down the temperature? You tell me.
I've seen a lot of extraordinarily vile responses to this from both sides of the political spectrum. Some people are cheering this, which is something I won't ever understand. And we had another school shooting yesterday in Colorado, the 100th one of the year. And with all these terrible things happening, you would think that our president will at least make an attempt to bring us together. But he didn't. President Obama did. President Biden did. Presidents Bush and Clinton did. President Trump did not. Instead, he blamed Democrats for their rhetoric. The man who told a crowd of supporters that maybe the Second Amendment people should do something about Hillary Clinton. The man who said he wouldn't mind if someone shot through the fake news media. The man who unleashed a mob on the Capitol and said Liz Cheney should face 9 barrels shooting at her for supporting his opponent, blames the radical left for their rhetoric.
He unleashed a mob. He gathered them all in his clown car. He said, come on in. He brought them all there. He trucked them to the steps and he said, go forth and commit this in honor of me. Of course that didn't happen. This guy's full of shit. And this is the reaction right afterwards. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. Is there someone else who has been calling half the country Hitler, literally Hitler, and Nazis and white supremacists? It's so cute that, especially the Joe Biden one. Now that is hilarious. Barack Obama, also laughable. Divider in chief. We were doing pretty darn okay until Barack Obama became president. And then all of a sudden, race relations was in the shitter. You think that was a coincidence? Of course not. Even Joe Biden tweeted about it. Yeah, I'm sure Joe Biden over their weekend at Bernie's is like, I really am so sad. Joe Biden is not tweeting anything. It's his handlers. Because that's not Joe Biden. Joe Biden stood in front of what looked like literal hell behind him. It's like, do you guys remember? Am I living in the Twilight Zone? I'm sorry, Jimmy. Do you remember this? Joe Biden stood in the depths of hell behind him. It was all red and dark and evil looking, and told everyone that these ultra MAGA extremists were white supremacists and Nazis. It's like, Do you guys have that short of a memory? No, you don't. You don't. You're just evil. You have no self-reflection at any point in time. Just none. This keeps happening one way, not the other way around.